Okay, so this is the 6th iteration of the kitchen jar vise. These are all the parts and tools required. I've already partly assembled this, but I just wanted to show you, firstly, some of the issues I had was this was printed in ABS and it warped a little bit. It is very thick walled, so probably not a lot I can do about that, but we also have some little scallops top and bottom of the bearing, which just stops any overhangs from interfering with where the bearing needs to press into place. It's just a nice snug fit. And then we have the threaded shaft, which has a key, a Woodruff key, and the gear just presses into place like so. Like so. Third time's the charm. There we go. So once you've done that, this is printed out of ABS, so it's a bit of a snug fit. We also have this retaining bolt, so that just goes in through the bearing and just snug these down. They don't need to be tightened with a spanner or anything, they just need to be finger tight. And then we grab our center gear, which has a flat, and that aligns to this grub screw on there, like so. So that goes in between these two. Line up your flat with that. Clamp these together just to keep that bearing from wobbling around everywhere. Tighten that down, like so. Now we have this backing plate, which has this mating thread to this. This is a nice slip fit into there, and we wind that in like so. Now the TPU jaw that goes on this side will get super glued on, so it's nice and squishy, but for now I haven't super glued it on just to show you how it works. And that's all kept in alignment by the outer frame of this body. This other side jaw, also TPU, just presses into place. It's a very snug fit, so it does take a little bit of force, but it won't fall out on its own. And then we have this top cover, which just hides all the gears, and we need 4 of these 6mm by 10mm countersink screws, which I won't put on, but you get the idea. If I can get that started. There we go. And that keeps it all neat and tidy. So operation is a simple 1-finger deal. Clamps down on a jar. We've got a few different size jars here, your usual size jar, and that just cranks down like so, and that's not going anywhere. And then to remove, just the opposite. Big jars, back that up a little bit more, there we go. So one-handed operation, super easy, and that's not going anywhere. So you can safely remove the lid if it was super tight. And lastly, small jars, little tiny jars, often the tightest, hardest to grab. Super easy, one-handed. Doesn't need a huge amount of force, so that's 1 finger's worth of force. And you could easily undo that lid. If the lid was super tight, you would need to buy a commercially available lid grabber, which provides leverage. And of course that will make this want to spin. So if you just back it up against the side of a cupboard or even a backsplash or something, alternatively, you could put double-sided tape on the bottom, but it is designed to have 4 little TPU, so this bright orange TPU feet, which gives a little bit of grip, but also just keeps it up off the bench. So if you needed to clean it for any reason, then it's just a matter of pulling these 4 screws out, disassembling like I had, and then you can just press those bearings out. So it's super, super easy, but for an oldie, probably just wipe it out if they couldn't be bothered to, or are incapable of potentially pulling it apart to repair or clean it. Whoopsie daisies. But we also have these flat jaws, which just pop in like so. And that turns it into a flat jaw vise, which you could use in an office or even in the kitchen to, hold a book or a utensil that, maybe you don't want to sit down on the bench. So again, one-handed operation, doesn't take a huge amount of force, but grabs on super well. So yeah, this is the vise. Thanks for watching.